to bring you guys on to a little bit of my day-to-day as an ad architect, right? Like, what does it look like to actually run ads for about a dozen plus e-commerce businesses? What does it look like to handle a team of about 10 or so people? What do I do? What type of calls am I taking? What type of tasks am I working on? So I want to start by showing you my calendar for the day. So the way I typically structure my day is I start with like deep work in the morning. Then usually Mondays I have a team call right after. I usually eat from about 12 to 1. Then I got a call right here with Educate and Iman Gotzi's community. And then I got like everything in red is a sales call. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4 sales calls back to back today. And so when it comes to actually the deep work and what I've been working on this morning, typically I'll enter those tasks actually in the description of my deep work. So let me show you. So as an example right here, check agency financials. So I was kind of checking like how many clients we had right now, the sentiment that my account manager had put for all of our clients. So like which one we thought would churn or not. So to plan therefore acquisition goals, like how many clients that we need to welcome into the agency in order to maintain in itself and or grow. Reviewing BFCM analysis and get Fathom and Send AI summaries to GHL. So basically right now we are at the end of September, but we're wrapping up like all of the Black Friday Cyber Monday analysis that we're doing for all clients. We started doing that in August in itself. So started analyzing the last 12 months of data for every single client account, regardless of them having worked with us or not over the last year, in order to prepare the upcoming Black Friday Cyber Monday time of the year for them. So to recommend offers, to recommend the type of ads that we should run, to even start doing these creatives on our side. One little trick for everyone listening to that, by the way, if you're in e-com space, front load some of your UGC. So this is something that we actually do right now where we're going to start to front load a lot of the UGC that we would have to do for all of Q4. A lot of content creators get very, very busy around like November, December-ish. Either they're busy because so many brands are requesting content from them, or they're also just out of office and in vacation during like December and such. So we always try and like front load some of that content around this time. And right now I'm about to start like a new flow, a new Miro board for the team, which is kind of breaking down what do we call like our fundamental analysis workflow, which that in itself is like the way that we do ads. In other words, it's like the way that we edit our ad creatives. So I want to break it down because I want it to be clear for the team, but I also want it to be clear for prospects. I want it to be clear when I do make YouTube videos too. And so this morning I'm doing a lot of different things. Actually, it's like part service delivery because I'm analyzing the analysis that we've did for all of our clients for Black Friday Cyber Monday. It's part acquisition because I'm looking into like our current acquisition efforts or current financials. And then it goes back into a little bit of like systems making, which all in all is usually kind of everything that I have in terms of like deep work. It's everything that I do. It's either I make systems, I improve our acquisition, or I improve the agency's efficiency. And then I keep all the busy work and calls for the afternoon. So now let me get back to work. We either run ads talking to different personas, which like most brands do at some point, like Obby and such. There's like different core personas you can see in the ads, or you end up having ads with like a desire, like a mass market desire so broad that it can encompass everyone, but still targeted enough for people to feel that this ad is relatable, which is fucking hard to do. Like that's the hardest part of marketing with it. And that's what we're hitting right now with these clients. Like we're just ceiling of like who can feel appeal to these ads. So Julie.
I did some research last week on, because what you made me realize, Justin, is you said, I'm seeing a lot of upside down ads on my feed. And I was like, oh shit, I should do some research on that. Because for some reason, I haven't necessarily thought about the fact that other people are doing upside down. So I did some research, and what I saw that only Codeword has is the angle of personalization. What the other brands are doing is upside down hats, but only focus on specific cities. And the way they market it is they make it very sport oriented. So they're like, you know, grab your team's hat, like Dallas, whatever. And they're talking very sport oriented. So I was like, you know, we could definitely make some creatives or just some copies in general that are like, you know, grab your team's hat. It's the same idea of the upside down, but it's like, you know, you represent your team. So I think you could also hit this new audience that is more sports oriented. Yeah. And since you said there's already a market for that, I was like, yo, let's go product aware and make a copy that's like, you can find your team in those other hats. Like you can literally make your own here. Mm-hmm. So that's what I found that I want us to explore.
What's working also is the period angle. You have two ads that are working really well. So we can dedicate an entire full campaign structure for periods, and this way we unlock a new audience.
True. This
So
is
that's
more of
something
the
to do.
self-care audience, which
Exactly.
appeals to everyone.
Yep.
But the thing with the period is that we can go like super PG general of like, this makes me smell super sweet. And we also have the other angle of like, my man hates me because I stink, which have also been doing well. So they're
The
two.
negative one works, yeah. But you
Yeah.
need to do both because you need to appeal to an older demographic who doesn't resonate well with the negative messaging, I guess.
Yeah.
Like married women or something with kids.
You can really see the impact. Like, look,
Mm.
let's play a game. Where do we turn on the ads? You know?
I
Fucking-
wonder.
Yeah, I wonder, right? Like, when did ads start doing good? I don't know. I think it's probably here. You know what I mean? It was a little before. It was a little before. We had a dip, but like just to say, the new wave of creatives, I think, was launched something along that line here. And then since then, like, look at the baseline of the business. Just went like boom, and then stayed up there, and boom again.
Yeah.
So, doing good so far, guys. Let's keep it up. You see it in the traffic too, right? It's like first bump in traffic, first bump in sales. This was when we turned on the ads. Then, again, I don't know what this is, but Julie, look into the creatives. I saw earlier we launched some new ads there. It was like a whole new wave of creatives that started.
I think it's a brand new wave of creatives with
Yeah.
the new copies.
It was like here, right? Where like you can kind of see that just us launching the ads, which were kind of bad, was like still slowly, like if you look at the trend, going up, and then launching new ads right here just went like fucking boom, like whole new
Yeah.
baseline. So good stuff. AOV hasn't changed, which is great. Orders are going up, conversion rate is going up. So I'm like, dude, we're doing good. Like, really keep it up with this account.
So it is now 1 p.m. I am starting my call with the Educate community. So working with Iman Ghazi's community right here, you can see there's a bunch of people waiting to join the call right now. So I'll let them in right now. And I'll put you up on YouTube. There you go. All of you right now. You're gonna appear on the big screens. Love it.
What's your timeline on that? You got UGC. Like, when are you planning on launching it?
I believe next week, if not the week after.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So I would probably say, like, if I was you, leave it on for at least like 2 to 3 weeks to, you know, see what results you're going to be getting on your own. And then from there, when we would all back on a second call, like, I'd probably look into your ad account with you, be able to establish like that guarantee together if we're going to go like agency wise. And if we go consulting wise, then again, I'll just be able to shoot you the link. There's no guarantee consulting wise. I just want to say, but you'd be able to,
for sure.
I'll just send you the link and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, amazing. Sounds great, man. Sounds great.
What were you thinking about speaking of today, essentially? You wanted to bring those to a new agency? You wanted to like get paid ads running with a new team, or what exactly did you have in mind?
We're launching these two brands in the US
In the US, okay.
and North America, so there's no teams yet.
There's no team there. Okay, got it.
You know, that's the opportunity. Both Alex and Multiblue, they're massive brands in Mexico. Multiblue in Mexico, it's huge. You know, it's like not even 0.1% of the sales. Like, all the sales mostly come from retailers in Walmart, Costco, all the grocery chains. You know, it's really well. So it makes sense. We decided it makes sense to bring the brand to the US to capitalize, you know, on the fact that it's already a proven product. I mean, the fact that it's a proven product in Mexico doesn't mean it's going to be a proven product in the US. That's something we have to test. But we reformulated the two champion SKUs in Mexico so that they have more competitive advantages, you know, in a market like the US.
Love it. Love it. And are you talked about Walmart and such. Are you already in retail locations in the US?
Or just in Mexico? We're going to launch it in the US, and we're going to approach Costco, we're going to approach Walmart, and we're going to be like, hey guys, you know, we're already top sellers in Mexico, so I think it makes sense for you guys to analyze, you know, the value prop.
For an AOV product, which means conversion rate is going to have to proportionally be significantly higher in order to make up for it. I don't know how, like, what KPIs or objectives you have for your CRO team, but what I would say is we try and do like I call that a Shopify health score of 150. So you go conversion rate times AOV, have that be about 150, and you know it'll convert from ads. So if you have let's say an average order value in this case of, let's say $50, then you need to have a 3% conversion rate as an example to kind of balance this out in the US market. So that's it. I have nothing against your price. It's going to depend entirely on the conversion rate.
Send me your recommendations and I'll send them to the CRO.
Yep. I'll send them out as a summary to you on WhatsApp after. But that 150 Shopify Health Score is definitely going to be part of my recommendation. You know, I know how the game is. There's tons of agencies out there. I mean, we've been in business for years, but I know that if somebody's not coming inbound to us, a little bit like what you were saying, right? A referral is easy. Somebody who says, hey, Justin's the good guy, paidadvertising.com, they're doing great. Work with them. There's not a lot of convincing to do. Cold though, like this right now, it's me going towards you. There's a big trust barrier. So I'd rather just show you what we do for you to test them against your current ads. And then if, you know, let results speak for themselves.
Essentially.
So let me ask you, do you think static ads work better than a video testimonial concerning my product? You know,
it's a very good question. If I look into the agency, our media mix across all accounts is 50-50. If I look on a per account basis, I got probably half my accounts who are 80-20 statics, half the other accounts who are 80-20 videos. It depends. If I'm going to give you 5, I probably give you some mix of both, like perhaps 2 to 3 videos or 2 to 3 statics, and then the other would be the other creative types. That way you can test out both.
Okay.
I see that you've been doing a lot of videos, and that's what you mentioned to me over email. You said like, I thought, you know, UGC would kind of, you know, be something that you guys would do, which we definitely can. I'm just curious. Has UGC worked the best for you so far? Is that why you're doing
A lot of videos?
Correct. Okay.
Julie, my head of client strategy, just sent me an ad one of our editors made. She was like, banger ad. And I looked into it, and this is an ad, static ad that we made for one of our new clients. I'm excited to test it. So we started to make these ads like that for clients where we make them in 9:16, and we make it so that like we put our guidelines to know where the cropping is going to happen. So like, as you can see this one, there's like a big gap at the top, but it's all like branded with a client's logo. So it looks good in stories, and it allows us to use it in like automatic placements, because now, I don't know if you know that, not too long ago, you can now use like 4x5 placement as a photo also on Facebook feed. It used to be just for Instagram feed, but now you can also do that for Facebook feed too. So hence why it's like kind of simple now. We do 9:16 creatives, and then we have them cut like this for like the cropping to be perfect, like across automatic placements. All in all, I just wrapped up like about 6-7 sales calls I had today. I'm picking up my hoodie. Actually, I'm going to take a walk outside. I'm not done with calls. I got to call my client services director to talk a little bit about client work. I just started a new offer actually for new clients where I don't want to talk too much about it right here, because I know some people will steal this offer if I say that. But we have an offer where, in other words, we do some free work up front for clients before we actually start together. Even though we have, you know, man, I almost dropped my AirPods. Even though we have like tons of social proof as an agency, I still feel like, you know, putting some skin in the game is never going to hurt. And we've been seeing like very good conversion rate from this offer. So anytime I have like a productive discovery call with a potential partner, I'll just call my client services director, give her some info about the client, get her advice, and also like if we have some form of freebie that we're going to deliver on for this client, then or for this prospect I should say, then she'll be able to like organize that and do like the project management with our team. So yeah, I'm gonna put on those AirPods, gonna finish a few work calls outside, and be right back. Just kind of locking the door right now, but yeah, I like to do this thing actually at the end of the day where when I'm done with like most of my meetings, or at least like meetings with potential clients or prospects or active clients, team calls more specifically, I'll just try and take them on the go while walking. Just gives me a little bit more I guess headspace, clarity. Also allows me to break the momentum and not just be behind the desk all day. So that's what I'm doing now. AirPods got, you know, in the ears, and we're gonna do that. Although I'm good at like recording now behind a screen, I feel like I'm always awkward in public, and I gotta still fix that. You guys can't hear it because she's in my ears, but I'm speaking to Julie right now, and if you know, I'm not lying, okay? I'm not just speaking for the video. You can see her right here. She's saying hi. I mean, are you? She is. Okay, she's saying hi. But I'm having an interesting conversation with her right now, and I want to record this part. No, I'm more like reviewing their brand and doing this out of the top of your head. Like no crazy market research, no like full fundamental analysis.
This one is going to be just a trial for a couple of days to see if we can beat the current creatives, which I think that like off the cuff, just out of like what you think you can do mentally, we can create, you know, some pretty good stuff. And what I was thinking about doing is, I'm pretty sure we can, like, if this becomes an offer that more people want, I'm pretty sure that we can build a custom GPT that like will enable us to, do you still hear me? Okay, so we'll build like a custom GPT that allows us to like reverse engineer the current ads and like just be able to easily produce new variations with it. So yeah, but Atria would be part of the process. Atria would definitely be part of the process. It wouldn't be the entire thing, but it would be part of the process in itself. Honestly, this was better than we all thought. I think like, yeah, like this kind of, yeah, I'm gonna put you on speaker for the vlog and like you just tell me the results out loud of what we got for the first like week for this new client.
As I open it up, it's glitching.
All right, so listen to that, guys. We had a new client come in with us like, what? Not even a month ago. It's been like 2.5 weeks. Julie, how long?
Yeah, I'd say 3 weeks max.
Okay, and in this time period, we've started running ads. So last year is the first year they ever ran ads, and it's a very seasonal business. They only ran ads in like pretty much Q4, and he got about like 0.9 ROAS or 0. Something like that around this time around. And for a little bit more ad spend right now in terms of a current load on the account, we got what ROAS so far? So like what was the spend, what was the ROAS so far, Julie?
Okay, L14,
Yeah.
which is pretty much around the time that we launched, we are at 3.83 ROAS for conversion value of almost 12K.
That's pretty good. So then we spent what, like, well, that's 3K over 14 days, which right now,
it's not that high because we've been like consistently increasing every day, and we started super low because there was nothing in the ad account. But like, yeah, this is like the performance hasn't dropped at all. Like it's been consistently high, and we keep increasing the spend, but like ROAS isn't dropping at all. So it's like we are increasing consistently. And the most amazing thing for me, I'm saying this to flatter my ego, but like the CTR right now is at 4.87 overall in the account. The prospecting campaign is at 5.12%.
that's insane.
The outbound CTR, that's fucking insane. The outbound CTR is at 2.21, and my best piece of coffee is at 7.4% CTR.
Oh, that's pretty good. And what was the accounts like prior? I think in the Wins channel earlier this morning,
Yeah,
what was that?
Let me go check it.
It was like
I think it was
0.8,
1.2%.
1 point something? Like tell me, the
and
best performing.
CTR all
Yeah.
1.22%, and the outbound was at 0.85.
There you go. So we're at like, I mean, we're more than 4 to 5 times better than what was the account in its prior
Yeah.
state in the first like 3 weeks of running ads. So I don't know.
Oh, that's
I don't know
crazy.
about you, but that's a win in my book. I feel like all I've been doing so far is just some back and forth, but what I'm about to do now is just head over to the grocery store. I'm just gonna pick up a few things for dinner. No, I'm driving right now. I'm about to go to the grocery store. And now before you say, Justin, why do you go to the grocery store? Why don't you order your stuff? I do. I've been ordering my stuff for a couple of years now. Honestly, one of the things I hate the most is going to the grocery store. I just, you know, I never liked it. Maybe it's because I worked in a grocery store for so long. Like I worked in the fish department of a grocery store for quite some time, and I think that traumatized me a little bit. But yeah, I used to order with like InstaShop or Instacart, actually it's called, a few years ago. And then when I moved in with my fiance, we started ordering directly from the grocery store itself, which honestly just came down cheaper and was just better, like all things considered. The one thing we didn't like about InstaShop was that, or I keep saying InstaShop, Instacart, that we did not like was the fact that it was like Uber. It's like some random guy just picks up your groceries, whereas ordering straight from the grocery store, it's actually like a store clerk, and usually they're like, they pick better items, they pick stuff that like, you know, is more fresh and whatever. So anyways, that's a story for another day. But
although we order our stuff, sometimes there's like a little extras in the week that come about that we're like, oh, we'd love to eat something different, or, you know, should we order in? And now my fiance is like stuck in traffic on her way back from work. And I usually at the end of like very big days, I love to go for a car ride. It's one of the ways that I've found that just clears my headspace. I love driving. I love cars in general. I enjoyed my 911 all summer. Now that we're, you know, in fall, I'm in the SQ5 here, which is still decent, is a good sound, much more practical, but not as fun as the 911, I should say. But yeah, just go for a car ride, and I was just like, might as well go and grab some stuff at the grocery store. She was supposed to go, but yeah, I was like, you know, I'm already out. I feel like driving around, so why not? I did want to show you this DM thread that I had with a guy on Instagram the other day, because look, I honestly very rarely respond to like DMs, especially in that much length. Like I'll perhaps leave a like, or I'll, you know, comment like a quick thing on a message. But this guy, I don't know why, stuck my attention like quite some time ago. I'll kind of scroll back up in, what was it, March. He reached back out to me, just kind of saying some stuff about how, you know, wasn't really feeling good about himself and whatever, and it just struck a chord within me. So I took the time to get back to him, sent him about like 2 minutes worth of audio messages, and kind of helped him out. And then out of nowhere, just where was it? He reached back out to me. I think it was this morning, or something along that lines. He was like, hey man, just here to thank you. I don't know if you remember me, but I'm on track to hit $1 million very soon with my business. Thank you for applying in hard times. And then I went on to ask him, you know, what business you're running and all that kind of stuff. And he's running a profitable e-commerce store. I know that because sometimes I feel it's hard to see the impact like I might be having online, but you know, it's a feel-good moment whenever you get these messages. And I want to say, like, I'm not going to promise to anybody listening to that I will always respond to every single question and message I get. Although, honestly, 99.9% of the time I do. Like, I respond to pretty much all comments we have on YouTube. I respond to pretty much every DM that we get. Sometimes it's just a quick response. It's like I get a like or a thumbs up or whatever. But I acknowledge everything, and I appreciate when, you know, anybody watching that gets value, shares that they got value with me, makes me know that I'm doing something good, and then I can keep doing more of it. You want to see what fall in Canada looks like? This is what it looks like. It's dark, gloomy. It's like not even fucking 5 p.m. There's pumpkins everywhere. Beautiful season. Do a little haul. We got some souvlaki right here. We got some tzatziki sauce. Got 1 tomato, and then we got a McCain cake. Honestly, this is cheat meal, but you know, it's fine. Fiance asked for it, so I'm gonna put that on her back. I hope it's gonna do it actually, but typically when I was gonna say, I think this thing was a lock, but if I get in the car and it was already hot, usually it pops, but it wasn't really that hot earlier. I didn't drive it that much, so let's see if it's gonna do it. Okay, I gotta click on this, hold it. Okay, popped a little bit. I don't know if you heard it. Anyways, I'm a sucker for the little pops and burples that you hear from the car. But I'm about to head back home, go eat dinner with the fiance, probably relax, chill, see, you know, what we're gonna be doing, maybe watch a movie, and then most likely end the night right here. So to recap the day today, I had a team call. I had a call with the Educate community with bunch of students, a little bit over 100 students attended the call entirely. Then I had a couple sales call. I believe I had 3 or 4. Then I took a quick walk, had a call with the team member, and before all of that, I used my early morning hours to deep work, which is typically what I reserve my early mornings for. It's just purely deep work. What I worked on this morning, I worked on quite a few things. So number 1, I built a whole new Miro board and a 55-minute training for our team, which is all about like how they should be building creatives. It's kind of an updated version from what we would typically do internally. So the goal is I try and use much more leveraged activities. Like if I was into an ad account building ad creatives myself, it probably wouldn't be the best use of my time. But if I have a theory or if I have something I want to test, well, might as well just build it into a systemizable way. So like with the Miro board, do one big Loom video, send it to the team. They then implement across like multiple of our accounts. Sometimes I'll go ahead and like I'll pick like let's say 3 or 4 of our ad accounts that I know would be good for a given test, like a new creative type as an example, or a new creative software that we might want to test. Like as an example, we tested Arcade's AI, and we also tested Creatify not long ago. Well, they wouldn't work for clients that we don't use UGC, right? And then also not for every UGC client I felt like it was going to be a good fit. So I gave like a few specific accounts to our team to kind of try out with that. So yeah, that was kind of interesting. So that's mainly what I worked on today. It's like this Miro board, which I mean, it doesn't sound like much, but to be honest, building it probably took me like an hour or so. Recording the video tutorial on it probably took me another hour or so. And already there I had like 2 hours of deep work done. And then after that, it was just team calls, sales calls, and so on and so forth. So a lot of calls for today. Not every day is like that. Don't worry about it. I'm not just doing calls all day. Honestly, I would probably have changed business if all I did was do calls, because personally I don't really enjoy calls as much. I prefer being with my headphones just kind of locked in and working. That's my zone of excellence. I would say, you know, every business has like an operator and a visionary. I would probably, I mean, I'm playing both roles in my business, and I feel like I'm playing both roles in a very good way, but inherently I feel like I'm a really good operator. Like, I know how to think in systems. I know how to, and that's usually what people kind of tell me. It's like one of the biggest pieces of feedback that we get from our clients, which is something I posted about in a tweet lately. One of our clients left the agency, and even after leaving us, he was like, guys, like, one of the things that I've learned about you guys is operational efficiency. Like, you guys are efficient, you're systemized. I love it. So yeah, I think it's one of my strong suits. So anyways, that was it for today. Next coming days, I got a little less calls, so I think it's going to be a little bit more deep work focused and less like call based. Right now, I just got back home. I'm about to park and reverse in the garage, which I can't do if I'm holding the camera at the same time. So thank you all for watching this day in the life. If you made it this far in the video and you are an e-commerce brand owner wanting to partner with a paid ads partner on Meta, Google, or TikTok, then check out the first link below and book in a call with us. And if you're not yet at a point where working with an agency makes sense, but you want me personally to review your ads, help you out with your business, give you some advice, and work one-on-one with me, check out the second link in the description down below for our one-on-one consulting. With that being said, make sure to check out other videos on the channel for some more useful marketing tips, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.